views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hello and welcome to Open University from our BronxNet East studios, where we keep you in the loop on current discussions in and around the community. I'm your host, Lindsay Violet, and here's what we have on today's show. Pride Month is over, but that does not mean the celebration has to stop. We have the performer and host of the Bronx Pride Festival here to talk about an event she calls Christmas in July. We will also hear her point of view on the Orlando shooting. Plus, we'll sit down with a Gambia native who found a passion for art and uses vibrant colors to paint 3D images. Then we'll take a look at last year's Pan-African Weekend and also give you the scoop on what this year's will look like, as BronxNet will be covering the events taking place. So sit back, don't touch that dial, because Open University starts now. Hello everyone, I'm your host, Lindsay Violet, and welcome to Open University. The aromas of hot dogs and burgers still linger in the air after our country celebrated its independence yesterday. Bronx President Ruben Diaz Jr. and State Senator Jeff Klein saluted America with a fireworks extravaganza and eating contest. BronxNet reporter Tatiana Parrish has the story.
Beautiful evening sky, pleasant summer temperature, and what better place to be than here at Orchard Beach, where the Bronx has officially kicked off holiday weekend. This annual New York Salute to America was hosted by Borough President Ruben Diaz and Senator Jeff Klein.
This is more than just celebrating the 4th of July. It's also recognizing the Bronx, recognizing the diversity of the Bronx. The Bronx is a community made up of different neighborhoods, and it's our opportunity to be proud, not only to be Bronxites, but most of all, proud to be Americans.
The fireworks show, emceed by BronxNet's Executive Director Michael Max Nobby, included such activities as empanada eating contest, Team Red, White, and Blue, and live bands. Team Red, White, and Blue attended and participated at the event with a goal in mind.
Well, we recently lost a friend who was also a veteran, and we did this workout especially in his honor. We did a workout and then we ran alongside the beach. We tried to engage everybody, show them who we are, and we ran with a heavy heart, and it was all out of love.
Vietnam veteran George Soto has made it a tradition to come out every year to enjoy the fireworks.
I'm a veteran from the Vietnam War, and every year that I used to come here, I used to enjoy it, and I make sure that every summer, this was my spot.
Ending the night of fun with fireworks and family showed unity in the Bronx. For BronxNet, this is Tatiana Parrish.
We have to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. Open University will be right back.
Me and my boy Matt had it good. He had catnip that was off the hook. But one day, he brings a girl home, and she's allergic to cats. Every sneeze was a nail in my coffin. Now I'm in a shelter. It's decent, but they don't even have Wi-Fi.
Welcome back. New Yorkers ended Pride Month strong despite the tragic events of the Orlando shooting. Our next guest is a member of the LGBTQ community, and if it was up to her, every month would be Christmas. Here to talk about her event, Christmas in July, we'll have the performer and host of the Bronx Pride Festival, Apollonia Cruz. Welcome.
Thank you so much. An honor to be here and
Thank
meeting you.
And it's an honor that you came here today.
Thank you.
So can you give us a little background on yourself and then what exactly you do?
Okay, what I do is I MC and help produce most of the LGBT events in the Bronx. So a lot of people call me Queen of the Bronx. Google it and you'll see. Well, I've been involved with Bronx Gay Pride Festival for over 15 years, 3 different organizations. And from there, it's I started branching out and doing my own events.
Okay.
That's when Christmas in July came about in the Bronx. It's the only one in New York City, an outdoor one in
Okay.
the middle of summer.
That's cool. That's good. So how did you get started though? How did you really get involved?
Involved with the community.
Within the community, yes.
Well, I started my drag in Miami, in South Beach, in the early 90s.
Okay.
So, and for the millennium, I decided to come to New York and branch out in my hometown because I was born in the Bronx.
Oh, okay.
So that's
cool.
when I started getting involved with different pride events until I got, accustomed to how things were done here. And I said, you know something? I'm gonna do something for the Bronx.
That's good.
So that's how it all started.
That's good. So, the shooting that happened last month, where were you when this event took place?
I was in Puerto Rico.
Oh, wow.
I was in Puerto Rico. I produced 3 events in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And in the middle of it, someone told me, there's a shooting in Orlando. I'm like, what do you mean a shooting? And I was in the middle of hosting an event. So I had to
keep yourself together.
Yes,
yeah.
And just do it and then come back to the hotel and find out what was going on, because it was very confusing for me over there. Plus, I know someone that was in the shooting. She survived, Jasmine International.
Oh, wow.
She's a dear friend of our Bronx community.
Okay.
She's transgender, and I believe she was locked in the bathroom. And
That's sad.
it was very hard. I haven't had a chance to speak to her yet because I just got back a week ago. But it was very sad. I have friends that lost friends. So
It's really
it really touched me.
Yes. So do you have any words for people in the LGBT community that had to witness that and had to deal with that?
I just this is what I always tell everybody. This was a tragic event. Don't let that live your life. Be yourself. Just be yourself. Live your life. Support one another. And when you're attending all these big events, be vigilant.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I could be emceeing an event in a public park, and I'm joking around with the audience, but my eyes are going all over the place.
Yes.
Because I need to know, what's going on.
What's going on around
Yes.
you? I agree. You got to
That's
be
how
aware.
That's how I manage. That's how I work.
Okay. So I know previously before you've done a lot of events. Can you shed some light on some of the events that you've done before?
Well, I had the honor to, I started with the Bronx community hosting the Gay Pride in the Bronx in 2002.
Okay.
And then from there, it led to hosting Queens Prides, Brooklyn Pride festivals. And then in 2010, while hosting Bronx Gay Pride Festival, the people from Marriage Equality in New York saw me, they were in the audience, and they said, Apollonia Cruz must host our Marriage Equality rally from City Hall. I walked everybody across the Brooklyn Bridge to Camden Park in Brooklyn. So I hosted the last historic Marriage Equality rally in the country.
Wow.
And then 8 months later, Marriage Equality happened.
That's great.
So that was one of my biggest achievements. I always push for marriage equality, even back in South Beach, Miami.
That's good. I feel like you would be perfect for that.
Thank
to
you.
host something like that. You have the personality for it. So can you tell us about Christmas in July, the event that's taking place this month?
Yes, it's going to be held on Saturday, July 23rd from 12 to 6 p.m. at Barretto Point Park. Barretto Point Park was where I used to host Bronx Gay Pride festivals.
Okay.
And for those of you that have never been to Barretto Point Park, it's the park with the pool. And it's next to the water.
Right.
One of the most beautiful parks in New York City. And it's an intimate park. Only has a couple of entrances. So I find it very secure.
Okay.
And that's when I started hosting Bronx Pride. And I said, you know something? I need to do something else. So I said, why not Christmas in July? I used to do that back home in South Beach, Miami, back in the day. So I started that 3 years ago. It was just a small little setting, 15 entertainers at the Barretto Point Park Amphitheater show stage.
Okay.
And now it has grown into something like, it's actually on the same level as the Pride Festivals now. So I'm very excited that the community have responded. And I have to thank some of the sponsors because
Yeah, you
At the
need
beginning, I was
sponsors, yeah.
paying with my own money.
I know how
A couple of
that can be.
thousands, my own money, but I was doing it for
He was
the community.
passionate about
Yes,
it, exactly.
Yes. It's my birthday. It's like my birthday party. I called it a little intimate gathering, but now has turned to something incredible.
Okay.
I'm very excited.
So why is it called Christmas in July? Like, why that specific
Because
title?
back in the 1990s, I did the same thing in Miami in South Beach. I used to
Okay.
produce Apollonia Cruz Christmas in July.
Okay.
So when I moved back to New York, I said I should continue that in New York.
Okay.
So that's what I did, and the community responded. They love it, and it's all Christmas show, Christmas music,
shows, that's what I
Christmas
was saying. Okay.
costumes, Christmas setting. That's all Christmas. So when people they see it, they go, "Wow, it feels like Christmas."
Yes, and everybody loves Christmas.
Yes.
So that's great. Do you have any other events taking place?
The week after
July?
that, on Friday, July 29th, I'll be producing my 14th annual showcase at St. Mary's Park in the Bronx, 149 in St. Anne's. Our portable stage is going to be right in front of the basketball court and restroom for those of you that would like to attend. It's a really fun event. It's for a community called August Community
Okay.
that serves the Bronx community. So I'm very excited to be on board with that. So,
Oh, that's cool. So if people want to find out more about these events, where can they go?
well, they could add me on Facebook, Apollonia Cruz.
Okay.
APPOLONIA, last name Cruz. They could also follow me on Twitter. I tweet.
That's cool. And can you just let everybody know why it's important to have like events like this for the LGBT community, and not only for them, for everybody else as well?
It's very important. The reason I'm involved is because we need to get the message out. What I'm doing, my elders did before I did, the older drag entertainers that are no longer here. So when I moved to New York, I was like, something is missing here. So I said, let me throw I threw myself into it, and the rest is history. Very excited.
That's good. Well, I just want to thank you for coming in today and just like shedding some light again on the LGBT community.
Yes.
Thank
And happy July Pride Month, because even though June Pride Month finished, July Pride Month
It's
started
Pride
in the
Month.
Bronx.
Okay, so that's good. So again, thank you so much.
And thank you for having me here.
You're welcome. Open University will be right back.
Hey, I'm Darren Jaime. I'm the host of Wednesdays Open right here on BronxNet Television, Channel 67, and also on Verizon Files, Channel 33. Want to invite you every Wednesday. You get an opportunity to see what's going on in the world of news, current events, debates, public information. That's what happens here on Open every Wednesday. So we invite you to join us right here on BronxNet Television.
If you want to stay in the know about the latest happenings en español, check out Diálogo Abierto, BronxNet's own Spanish show, Wednesdays, 6:30 p.m. on Channel 67. The latest in news, arts, culture, politics, and what's going on in your neighborhood. Diálogo Abierto, the best way to stay connected in Spanish. See you there. Te esperamos.
Welcome back. Art is a skill that uses imagination and creativity. This next guest is no stranger to that and a few other things, as he uses vibrant colors to paint 3D images. Here to talk about his passion for art and work is Alfaljo Jallo of Alfaljo Art. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming today. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what exactly you do?
Well, I'm from Gambia, West Africa, and moved over 7 years ago.
Okay.
Went to school, did the regular things. But my love for art has always been around. Never went to school for it, but
Really?
yeah, I did not.
So you started like drawing at home?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, but my passion has always, at that age, was in economics and business and finance, which I did upon arriving here. But the arts passion was
Your
always
true
there.
passion.
Yeah.
Okay, so you learned how to. Where did you learn how to paint? Because I know you said you started to draw at a really young age.
Yeah.
When did you start to paint?
About 8 years ago, 9 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, I met this lady from Germany. She's a Gambian, but went to Germany. She was an artist, and I fell in love with her work. I wanted to paint just like her. Her name is Aisha Fofana, renowned artist. and she invited me over to her place, and so yeah.
So she showed you like
showed
certain
me,
techniques, certain things or whatever to use.
Before that, I never painted. I never thought I could paint, actually. I was scared of it. So all I did was draw. I drew a lot.
That just comes to show that you were meant to do this.
Yes.
So what inspires you to paint? Exactly.
My story. I mean, I love to tell a story a lot, and art is one medium to do that without any form of discrimination or judgment, because it's your work. Over the years, I've taught myself how to tell my story, moving from Gambia to here. But also, when I paint, I also talk about the things I want to do in my community, the things I don't seem to like, and also continue to ask the question of what art can do in our communities, in any capacity. You know, because in Africa, I would say, or Gambia particularly, art is highly underappreciated.
Really?
Yes, and it is there, but it's not as
Not as big.
And so we need to talk about that as well.
I agree.
The importance of art.
It's good to have that.
Yeah.
So I know your paintings have a lot of bright colors.
Yes.
So what made you use bright colors? Why do you always use bright colors for the most part?
I'm in love with the color yellow.
Color yellow?
Yes, it's weird. I just love it. I think it brings the beauty out of anything. I think it's so powerful. It's like white. It really can make a difference between a sad painting and a happy painting from my perspective. So yeah.
That's cool.
But Aisha Fofana, if you look at Aisha Fofana, her paintings are very vibrant as well, very colorful. And colors for quite a while now has been identified with African art. You know, they're very, very colorful. If you look at the batik, you look at the tie-dye, you know, they're very colorful. Yeah.
So how long does it take for you to do a painting?
It's a tough question. It depends.
Really? It depends on like what you're working on?
Yeah,
okay.
My mood and because I use a lot of recyclable materials.
Oh, okay.
So bottle caps, I mean, just about anything you can recycle to paint, and so it depends. At times I don't use any recycled materials at all.
So what's the longest you spend on like a painting? On a painting.
About a week.
A week?
Yeah.
That's
if
it?
I should put all the hours, if I should put all the hours together, yeah, it'd probably take me 60, 70 hours. But at times I would spread it about a month, yeah. Or if I'm working on a particular theme, it's much easier.
Okay.
But if people have to commission work, it's a little different, because then I have to get off what I'm doing and try to put myself in a different frame, mind frame.
So do you have any events coming up, any exhibitions?
Well, it's been very tough lately trying to put a show together. But what I've been doing is partner with non-profit organizations to use my work, not just for them to raise funds, but also use it for my platform. I mean, for the things I want to do.
Showcase your stuff.
Trying to use the museums and the conventional way to do art is becoming more and more difficult for the average artist. And so I use every platform I have, social media.
I was going to ask you, what do you use to showcase your work?
My Facebook, Instagram. I call them my loyal fans. I mean, they just people think I'm great and amazing. And at the time that I think, you know, I was just nobody. I'm still nobody. But they made me think I'm great, and I kept on painting because I was always thinking about them. It was that audience out there. Yeah, it was a good drive. Yeah.
So where can you let people know your social media, Instagram, Facebook?
Instagram is Alfajo Art. Facebook is Alfajo Art. And just if you Google Alf, it's there. These things are there.
So they could just quickly look it up.
Yeah, they could quickly look at it.
So do you do certain paintings for people? Can they ask you like, I wanna, specific artwork? Do you do stuff like that?
Yes, I would do. It would take a little longer.
Okay.
Because I would have to switch from any, because you're working with a theme, you're working with a particular, energy at that time. And so if somebody tells you, oh, I want a painting of the city skyline and all of that, it's different from what I would do. Maybe let's say my Calabash series that I'm working on, or maybe to paint about my experience in South Africa, because I did a study abroad down there, where I started a non-profit. I'm not sure if we're going to talk about that eventually.
We can. Let's talk about that.
I go to Fordham. I study economics there.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I took a semester off last semester before graduation.
Okay.
So everybody thought I'm crazy, but I needed to do that. If I don't do that, I wouldn't be able to. I lost
the work
purpose.
that you have now.
I lost it. It wasn't making sense. Economics wasn't making sense to me at that point. But the good side is they took me to South Africa, and I was there for about 7 months. And then I saw an opportunity for art education. There's a village called Soshanguve. It's like a township about 45 minutes away from Pretoria. And so art was, it became a medium for these kids to paint their story, talk about, literally everything they're going about. South Africa, HIV rates, very high down there. Teenage pregnancy, crime rate. These things are found in literally any community.
Serious. These things are really going on.
But yeah, and so they needed, right after school, I would see them do nothing. Because I went there to teach, something else, or accounting, something else, economics or business. But I saw the need for greater things, and I think art was the medium for that. So the kids got involved in the project, and they went around doing recycling materials, and they told their story by doing it with recycled materials. I think it's great, because not only are they telling their story and hopes and dreams, but they've been environmentally conscious. The idea of recycling isn't too big down there. When I told them that you have to put things in different trashes, it was quite they looked at me like a funny guy, which I understood, because I wasn't brought up that way as well. But yeah.
See, but everything happens for a reason. See, you went there to teach economics, and then you end up teaching art. Yeah, art, and it turned out well, because we had an exhibition at the end. We invited the community, but we're talking about 40 to 50 students. It was a massive number, and we sold some paintings online. People were very supportive, and yeah, so that's what I do anyway. I use art in every platform that I have, every platform. While I was at CUNY, while I was the vice chair for international students for the University Student Senate, I did the same. As at Gottman, as the president of the student body, I did the same. And so in South Africa, it was no different. That's good. Yeah. That's good. Well, I just want to thank you for coming on the show today and talking about your artwork.
Thank you.
Thank
this
you
is the
so
platform
much.
we need.
We have to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We'll be right back.
So you see, son, good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, excuse me, sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If the door's locked, knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't stare, don't use bad language, or talk with your mouth full. Keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. Cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give your seat up to anybody who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you want to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
Good talk.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
Of the year again for the most prestigious celebration of Pan-African achievements. The Faceless Awards is here, and this year's Face to Face Africa will honor 6 individuals who have influenced the Pan-African community. We will tell you who the honorees are, but first let's take a look at last year's event.
I'm really humbled to be sharing the stage with the likes of Boris and all those great Africans who are doing unbelievable work to inspire youth and build communities. This is a fantastic event, and again, I couldn't thank Face to Face Africa enough.
Let's give Face to Face Africa a big round of applause, because they are continuing to bring people together who are Africans, whether you're from Africa, Europe, the Caribbean, or here in America. So it takes a lot to do this, and I want to thank them for that.
I think it's great to support ourselves and look at our history and expand upon things that we've done before and try to make something new out of them.
Well, we never do anything in hopes of getting a reward. It was quite an honor and a surprise that Face to Face contacted us and that we were recommended for the Humanitarian Award.
Thank you, Face to Face, for this amazing award. We're truly honored. Thank you for creating a platform that empowers Africa the only way that's possible, through its people, through technology, and through content.
I think it's a wonderful initiative to just recognize people, because that encourages other people also to achieve also their dreams. So I'm really happy to be here.
That's what Face to Face Africa does. It brings good people together.
Have you seen that day when you tell me you never go touch out, but I see you touch out?
Let me say that it's been a great relief and a great pleasure to move away, even for a few hours, from the world of conflict to this distinguished room where excellence is acknowledged.
This is the first time, Donna, that we are presenting this award. So what does it mean to you?
It's very special that you are presenting this Ubuntu Award, because I consider Ubuntu one of Africa's great gifts to the world. It's the concept and the practice that says, I am a person because you are a person.
And I know that this love was surely sent from up above, 'cause you're the only one that I think of. You're my African king, and I know that this means that you're the only one that I will serve. I give you my heart, my soul, my body, and my mind, and everything that you can think of. Who can think of anything?
We often hear that Africans and African Americans must continue to tell their own story.
Being in a big country or big city like that, we don't get recognized, but it's amazing to see that we are honoring ourselves.
When you have people that you come across that are so beautiful, not just on the outside, and doing such wonderful things and living such incredible, pure lives, we have to be able to celebrate them.
Africa right now is one of the areas of the world that has the highest potential for success over the next decades. It's where all the smart investment are going.
Africa does not catch up, but Africa leads the way.
This year's celebration will honor Editor-in-Chief of Essence Magazine, Vanessa DeLucia, Grammy Award-winning musician Wyclef Jean, and founder, president, and CEO of the Whitaker Group, Rosa Whitaker, just to name a few. The Pan-African Weekend begins this Thursday, July 7th, and ends on Sunday, July 10th, with the main event, the Faceless Awards Dinner and Gala on Saturday, July 9th. Well, that's it for our show today. Thank you to our guests for joining us, and you at home for tuning in, with hopes that we kept you in the loop. Until next time, just remember to do as you can, give as you can, and love as you can. I'm Lindsay Violet.